So that's well worth waiting for. The Australian stagecoach bringing the Middletons and Prince of Wales and the Duchess of Cornwall along. It's a welcome home from the start for Prince William and his new bride. We're greeted by the Master of the Queen's household, Air Vice Marshal David Walker. Prince William taking great care, knowing how much work there's gone into that dress, and the world's been waiting to see it. Everything in place. 2 page boys, 4 bridesmaids here too. And into the palace and along to one of the staterooms there for maybe a moment to reflect, a breather, before they get ready for the official photograph session. So the royal couple safely back in the palace, to be followed very soon by the Queen and the Duke. Succession of grand coaches. The Windsor Grey horses, the Cleveland Bays, immaculately turned out. And a stately progress back to Buckingham Palace, where the Household Cavalry and the Life Guards will salute Her Majesty. The Queen can now look forward to hosting this reception at Buckingham Palace this afternoon for some 650 guests. Of course, they'll include Duke of York and his daughters. Their mother, Sarah Ferguson, isn't here today. And we have the Household Cavalry gathering on the left, the Welsh Guards on the right-hand side. The Scottish stagecoach, built in 1830 for the Duke of Cambridge, and used for the coronation of William IV. The Scottish thistle can be seen very clearly on it. It was used pretty widely in the Silver Jubilee processions of 1977. The Duke taking care to help the Queen. Cheerful smile, so Her Majesty seems pretty happy the way things have gone. And what a contrast from the great, wonderful, rich carriages to the buses and the minibuses. There you are. That's a royal wedding in 2011. A combination of old and new. Duchess of Cornwall, Prince of Wales. Again, big smiles. And the Middletons. How proud they must feel now as they enter Buckingham Palace. Their daughter married to the second in line to the throne. And there a glimpse of the balcony. Just caught it there because it's been decorated and dressed already for that appearance. And this is the time when the crowds outside have to be a little bit patient. They've been extremely patient already. Lots of them patient over several days. But they've got to be a little more patient now, just to allow these formalities to take place. They know there are some photos to be taken, and they know it's well worth waiting just another hour or so, just under an hour, for that balcony appearance. Duke of York, Princess Jeannie and Beatrice making their way. What did they make of that in the crowd that's on the fringe of St. James's Park, in those memorial gardens, as we call them, which surround the Queen Victoria Memorial? Fern is there, and just wondering, Fern, what you made of it?
Hugh, well, for one, I'm utterly in love with Catherine's dress, and we got to actually see it in real life as Catherine and William passed in the procession just now. Ladies, in your gorgeous tiaras, how was it seeing Kate and William and the Queen pass in the procession just feet away from you?
It's a dream come true, isn't it? Really, seriously. I mean, how lucky we are to manage to get this position.
You've got a prime spot. Are you having a brilliant day?
Yeah,
It's amazing. It's so exciting.
And you lot were giving each other piggybacks. You could catch a glimpse of the Queen earlier.
Yeah.
And you're live on the BBC at the moment as well, so you can wave to all of your friends who are watching.
Hi, Lolly!
So you've seen the Queen today, and you've seen Catherine and William. Are you going to hang around in this spot to catch the balcony scene?
Yeah, definitely.
This has been a huge day out for all of you guys. Have you got the whole family with you?
Yeah, we've got mums and
both our
dads.
families, yeah.
Got a nice packed lunch with you as well?
Yeah.
Ham bread rolls. Ham bread rolls, yeah.
Did you have face paint on earlier that's come off slightly?
Yeah, it's a bit smudged. I painted it on this morning.
Now, you've not seen Catherine's dress yet, have you?
No, I think I saw a glimpse of white in the car, but I haven't seen it properly.
Or wait till you watch it back later. It's beautiful, lacy and very pretty. Well, look, have a great day today. Stay here, hold this spot, because you've got the perfect view. We're going to stick around here for that balcony scene a little bit later, in about an hour's time. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Bye.
Yes, well, here we are down by the Mall. People have been very, very patient. They've all been enjoying the whole atmosphere of the service, all been singing on. You might have seen this lovely little face. You were singing the national anthem. Did you enjoy the whole process?
Yeah.
Yes. And you managed to see the happy couple. What did you think of the Duchess of Cambridge's dress?
It was really cool.
Really cool. Did you enjoy the whole thing? Everybody at the back here. I go back here. What did you think of the happy couple?
I thought she looked beautiful.
Yes, and we were discussing the dress, weren't we, here? White with lace. Did you like it?
From what we saw here, yes, it looked beautiful. The veil looked beautiful.
Absolutely lovely, they say in the
Yeah,
back.
absolutely perfect.
Absolutely perfect. There is a sense it's been a perfect day so far, hasn't it? And of course they are waiting patiently. They've got one more thing to do. We want to see the kiss, don't we? Well, in a few minutes we'll be allowed to make our way down to Buckingham Palace, where we are waiting that magic moment where we will see the happy couple kiss and begin their life together, hey? It has been a fantastic and wonderful experience here. Everybody totally embracing this whole moment in history, and they cannot wait for the next big event, can you?
Grace, thank you very much. I'm fortunate. I have a great store of expertise here in the studio. Simon Sharma, our distinguished historian, back with me, and Sir Malcolm Ross. Sir Malcolm, I'm going to embarrass you and say that you were described as one of the safest pairs of hands ever in the history of the royal family. So there you go. It's not a bad introduction, is it? It's good to have you both with us. Simon, first of all, we enjoyed some remarkably stunning, impressive, majestic scenes in the Abbey. What did you make of it?
Yes, we did. Well, I think actually one word one wants to say immediately is natural. Those trees in the Abbey are an echo, of course, of Gothic vaulting. So there was an extraordinary sense, and for me it was, you know, I'm symbol crazy here, but it was a wonderful sense in which the majesty of Westminster, which is built both for monarchy and the people, those soaring vaults had a kind of fresh note of dazzling springtime green. And that was very much a kind of natural sense in the midst of all that ceremony with William and Kate. There were wonderful close-ups of him chatting to her, the two brothers larking around, Prince Harry as usual. Bit of teasing mischief going on then. So everybody responded to that. And then the moments that were solemn were gloriously solemn. Solemnity can be something for the people.
Of course. So Malcolm, I'll come along to some of the details in a moment, because lots of our viewers will be interested in what's going on now and how that's all happening. But an impression from you, first of all. You've been part of all of this planning. You know exactly what the stakes are. How did it seem to you?
I thought it was spectacular. It was faultless as far as I could see. Stunning bride, her prince, in a wonderful setting. I thought it was magnificent.
Processions on the way back were magnificent too, and just seemed to be a wonderful end chapter to this part of the day.
Yes, that is British pageantry at its very, very best, and it was just a great joy to behold.
Well, now, I must ask you this, because we're waiting for the photographs to be taken and then for the balcony appearance. What's going on in there now?
An awful lot of people have got to move quite sharply from Westminster Abbey into Buckingham Palace. Behind the carriages we saw a great line of motor coaches. They were carrying all the foreign members of royal families who must be there for the photographs also. And simultaneously the rest of the guests will be brought to another entrance. So as soon as possible those 650 guests for the reception will be in. At the other side of the palace from where we are, the other side to the balcony, there are 4 state rooms. There's the white drawing room, the music room, the green drawing room, and the state dining room, all of which can be opened up into one enormous long room. And that is where the reception will take place. Close to that is the throne room, where the photographs will be. And again, there are many to be involved in the photograph. So they must all be got in and got to the right place.
It's a pretty daunting logistical exercise.
It's well practiced.
I knew you'd say that. I knew you'd say that. But it is well practiced, and I'm just imagining in terms of managing that process, because you've got lots of people who, you know, have different needs and demands. They need to be in different places. Who's in charge? Who's actually telling people to go here and there?
The domestic side of Buckingham Palace is managed by the master of the household, and it is he and his staff, augmented for today, more are brought in than would normally be there, so that there is lots of people to help, to show, to just guide people through it.
And how long will the photograph take then, when they're all in the room? Does it depend on the photographer and how determined he is?
The photographer has a job to do. There are those who are being photographed who will be grumpy if it goes on for too long, so he'll do it as sharp as he can.
Well, you can't blame them. It's been quite a long morning so far. I'm just going to have a look at Hyde Park, because you like these scenes. These will tell you something about the spirit of the day. This is what happened when they emerged from Westminster Abbey, and as you can see, it was a storm of confetti in Hyde Park, as people simply enjoyed the scene and celebrated the fact that they were, after 10 years of knowing each other, 8 years of a relationship, now happily husband and wife. So there you have it. Wonderful image on the big screens there in Hyde Park, and I am absolutely sure that these scenes were repeated on those big screens in parks, towns and cities across Britain. So it's a nice, communal, unifying experience, and that's surely, Simon, part of the day's secret, isn't it?
Yes, it absolutely is. I mean, I was thinking, actually, watching the landau and the open carriages, you know, horse-drawn carriages go back to antiquity, but then they were used for Caesars, really, emperors, to sort of parade the triumph. This is a kind of triumph of sentiment. It has a sort of very innocent quality to it, really. Everybody wishing this young married